All right, Shalom. I want to first start off giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the men that taught our apostles, the elder high priests, as well as the elder bishops at Great Millstone. Peace and blessings unto the 144,000 and the rest of the elect of the nation of Israel. This is the brother Abadia from the GMS Houston camp. And as we see after or during and after the presidential inauguration, Donald Trump has been pretty much doing nothing but signing executive orders. And one of the executive orders is to address what they're calling the crisis, or I'm sorry, a crisis, but a national emergency at the border, okay, at the Mexican border, okay, and they're saying that this immigration, and when they say immigration, they really all they focus on is the tribes, okay, the so-called Latin tribes, right? So when you hear immigration, that's all you think of is so-called Mexicans, right? So-called Panamanians, Guatemalans, so forth and so on of the Latin tribes, so-called Colombians, Cubans, so forth and so on, right? But they're not talking about um, all the other immigrants, okay, that are coming from other parts of the world, okay. They're not focusing on that and saying how that's impacting the economy, okay. But everybody's losing sight, and as they should, because the American people don't know shit. You know, this is the dumbest country in the world, okay. But they don't have sight of the root problem, and the root problem of all this, of all the problems that's going on here in Babylon the Great, stem from Esau. Okay, Esau is the problem, and he's an immigrant. And we're gonna go into this word immigrant, which is a simple word to go into. And not only Esau, but all these other nations over here are immigrants. Okay, and they have capitalized off of stolen land, thanks to the so-called white man, thanks to the devil. All right, so they're going into say this real quick. They're going into how there's an immigration problem, and they're saying it as if it's only the Latin tribes that's the problem, and how it's affecting security. But I'm not going to deal with the security aspect that they're talking about, but the economic factor. They're coming over here for economic reasons. Why? Because of the devil, the so-called white man. If they were able to, live off the mineral resources and the resources and the agriculture without the interference of Esau, they wouldn't have to worry about um, migrating over to America for economic reasons. They could stay where they were at, or stay where they're stay in their lands, okay, and live off the land and the resources without no problem. But ever since Esau then came into the picture on this side of the world, he's effed over the tribes, all of us, from Judah all the way down to Issachar, okay, from the so-called Negroes all the way through the so-called Mexicans. So before I continue, let's as you see on the screen, I'm gonna get this word. It says, let me do this real quick. So immigrant, it tells you to, if you see right here, it tells you to see immigrate. It goes back to immigrate, which that's the word I had up. So let's just look up immigrant. It says to remove, go into, move in. And then it says see Okay, from Latin, immigratium, uh, present participle of immigrare. It says to remove, go in, go into, move in. And then it says see, immigrate, because this is a compound word. And it says from, going right here, from Latin, immigratus, and it says immigrare, a past participle of immigrare. It says to remove, go into, move in from a simulated form of, which means so this is going into the compoundness of the word. It's a compound word. In is into, in or on or upon, okay? And then plus migrare, to move in. I'm sorry, to move. So to move in. All right. So who moved in over here in the Americas? You know, Esau moved in on the so-called Native American Indians and the so-called Seminole Indians, okay, as well as the so-called Mexicans and the other tribes. They came over here and moved in. They were immigrants over here. Okay, so all this shit about legal and illegal, who set the standard on that? The devil. Or what's a legal immigrant versus an illegal immigrant? He's the illegal immigrant. As you moved in over here and the tribes embraced you and you stabbed them in the back, murdered them, oppressed them, and stole their land. And just because you don't physically occupy the land like Central and South America, okay, now you control the 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 value of their resources. So they can't do as they want with their agriculture and with their mineral resources, okay? Because Esau interfered and took over. Because as we read in Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Okay, and then you have the other nations that moved in over here. They're immigrants. Fuck illegal and legal. Esau set the standard on that, and that's all BS. And he's gonna set the standard on what's lawful to be a lawful immigrant. When you came over here and moved in and took over through violence, and you got Moab over here, who are the so-called Chinese, Ammon over here, the so-called Japanese. You got other Edomite tribes over here from Europe that are immigrants, okay, so forth and so on. Now I want to take a look at this chart, and I'm gonna bring out a scripture. And like I said, the root of this problem is Esau, because they can't live in their lands because Esau has interfered with their resources, mineral resources, agriculture, setting the price and regulating, putting all these different regulations on their resources, so they can't do business how they want to do, so that they can be economically stable. So they coming over here trying to escape poverty and severe poverty and live better. Now, and they not saying shit about the other immigrants that are over here that's causing economic problems. Yeah. What about the lawful immigrants? All right, the legal immigrants, which that's BS because Esau is saying what's legal and what's illegal as far as being an immigrant. Just because Esau said it's legal, that don't make it legal. It's unlawful because he's making rules and regulations that are unrighteous on stolen land, and he murdered the people to get it, to to get this land. He murdered the Israelites, and furthermore, before I go into, I'm gonna hit a few parts of this chart off of this website, and I'll go into it in just a second. Texas, parts of New Mexico, um, parts of California, and I'm not sure. I'm not mentioning all of them, but this land belongs to Issachar. Okay, well, you saying it's a border? You put up an imaginary line saying it's the border, and this ain't even your land. You took it over through. You took over Issachar's land through the Texas Revolution. All right, goddamn devil. You can look into that history. And Esau is painted as a damn hero in the history books, uh, talking about some Texas Revolution. You know, so this is off of P P Res. I'm sorry, presearch.org, pweresearch.org, and it says facts on U.S. immigrants 2018. So there may be some more up to date information on this, like immigration charts and immigration information. But I found this, okay? So I'm gonna bring some of this information out, and I want to go right here, and maybe I can, if I can remember, I'll leave that in the description box if you want to look at it. But it says origins of U.S. immigrant population from the 1960s or 1960 to 2018, and look right here, what you see: Mexico, other Latin America, that's the tribes, right? Then Asia, this is Moabites. Europe, it can be Edomites, or it could be Jakes, that's coming over from Europe. I don't know, but these are a lot of Edomites. Okay, it says Canada and other North America. So if you look at this chart, you got a large population of other nations that are immigrants over here, and they're not talking about how they're impacting the economy. They're only focusing on the tribes. Now I was bringing that out just to show you this. It's not just you hear immigrants and especially the so-called Negroes. They hear immigration. They first thing they think of is Mexicans and the other tribes because they don't look into shit. Now, if you go. Where did I see that at? Maybe I passed it up. Just want to point this out real quick. I think it's right here. Check this out. It says among new arrivals, Asians outnumber Hispanics. We talking about immigrants, right? So this is what this chart is showing about how there's more Asian immigrants over here, or than recently, or Asian immigrants over here than Hispanics, so-called Hispanics. And you got to go back up to this color coded the chart and see the color coding to see which nation is talking about. We had the what, dark brown? No, I'm sorry. The right here, the color from Mexico, and then that like beige, darker beige color for Asia. We go right here. See, so where am I at? Right here. Among new arrivals, Asians outnumber Hispanics. It says percent of immigrants arriving in the U.S. in each year who are, and then you got the graph, Hispanic and then Asian. So they over here, Moabites over here, and they ain't talking about that, how they're affecting the economy. And F again, um, Esau bringing out, he don't have a problem with immigrants being over here as long as you're over here legally. When you're over here illegally, and who are you to set the law on legal and illegal when you're over here illegally, based upon rape, robbery, and murder? I'm gonna bring this scripture out. I'm gonna close out. Oh, okay. Thought the video thought it had stopped. Excuse me. So this is Micah chapter 2, verse verse 1. The point is in, point is in verse 2. It says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds." And Esau does this very well, have done this very well, and still doing it, meaning working devise sin. All right, and then they sleep on it. Right, when it is morning, when the morning is light, they practice it. Yeah, they put their plans, their devising of iniquity into motion. Okay, because it is in the power of their hands. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. They covet fields, right? Yeah, they covet fields that have value to them. Mineral resources, oil, gold, diamonds, whatever the case may be. Okay? And take them by violence. And that's what they did to this land over here, America. They covered the field. Then they act like they come in peace. Okay? And they took this by violence. It says, and houses, and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. And that's why the tribe was speaking Spanish instead of Hebrew. That's why the Native American Indians are on so-called Native American Indians on reservations. Okay, committing suicide with very, very limited resources. Okay, when this America is full of mineral resources, full of agriculture. Esau done killed a lot of it. You know, they were doing just fine economically before this devil got over here. So the problem to this whole, to not only to immigration, but to all the issues that's going on in America and the world is really Esau. He is the problem. And the Most High is about to put this man put the problem down through his son, Yahushai. And we can't wait. And we hope that it's this year. So I'm going to end right there. Lord willing, this video was edifying. And until the next one, I say shalom.